bring you something a little bit different. I get asked often about how I drive a car using a wheelchair. So today I wanted to take you for a little drive. We're gonna notice a couple things going into the car. Most importantly, this is a ramp van. This has a really cool kneel feature, making it a little bit easier to get into the car. And then when we get in the car, you're going to notice that I lock into something. What I lock into is called a Q-lock. This keeps me safe, making sure that the chair doesn't move while we drive. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how I transfer from the chair to the driver's seat. This is a little bit different for some people, but for me, I use a three-way power seat, okay? So the chair can move side to side, front to back, and up and down. So we're gonna turn it just a little bit. We joke around that this changes every day, but it's true. It's based on how I feel, okay? I'm gonna place my keys down on the seat. I'm gonna get out of the chair, and this could take a minute or two. Transfer to the chair here. I like to put my key in the key fob first, or in the ignition first, just so I don't have to worry about where the keys are. I'm gonna press myself into the chair. And with the spasticity, this changes. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So we're gonna push the chair forward, make sure everything's locked in. Interesting about this seat is that the car will not move unless everything is locked into place. So now that we know that the chair is fully forward, the seat is straight, okay, we're gonna put our seatbelt on. I use a seatbelt extender. This just helps me put the seatbelt on a little bit faster. It's a little bit safer for me too, especially with the dexterity. It makes it a lot easier. Just gonna set my seat up for me because I'm super short, and then we're gonna close up the vehicle. On this van, you have a bunch of different options to be able to close the vehicle. You can either press the button here or right in front of here. I like to use the one on the dash here, so I'm just gonna press that, and we're gonna put the ramp back up. Now we're ready to start up the car, and then we're going to talk about some controls. So the thing that makes this car a little bit different is that I don't drive the car with my feet. I actually drive the car with my left hand. So I use what's called a push-pull hand control, and simply you pull down to accelerate and you push to brake. You'll also notice that I use a steering knob to be able to help me make turns and just keep the wheel kind of steady. So it makes it a lot easier, especially when you have some dexterity issues. And then the other thing that you'll notice that's a little different is that this is actually helping to turn my blinkers on and off, which I think is probably one of the coolest parts about this vehicle. One of the most important parts about this vehicle is the fact that I have spasticity. That's not a secret, and what was really important was to keep me safe. So they created a foot plate in order to guard the pedals, and I promise you it's a lifesaver. So you need to make sure that if you are using hand controls, just know that it's really important to get them checked in service every once in a while, because sometimes they can come loose, but just making sure you get them serviced by somebody that's actually licensed to do so can be really important. So one of the other pieces of essential equipment that's in the van is the fact that I need a backup camera. I don't really have the capability to turn to look behind me safely, so being able to have a backup camera is really, really important. Pretty much essential when I'm driving the car. So we're going to get out of here. We're gonna go for a little ride. stop sign. Gotta stop at every single stop sign.
Tell me about Simon.
Simon's a really funny story. So Simon's been in this car. I've actually had Simon even before I had this car. So this car is almost 5 years old. I've had Simon for 7 years. I got him from my aunt and uncle, Aunt Karen and Uncle Ira, that live in DC at the time. Now they're in Utah. They were having a garage sale and they were trying to get rid of some stuff. So I asked her if I could have him, and I lived with them basically for one summer, and she gave him to me, and he's been with me ever since.
He's a co-pilot. He's been up there for a lot longer than I've been.
Oh yeah, so that is my buddy Scott's hat, which is a really cool story. Unfortunately, Scott passed away when I was 15, and when I went to go visit his gravesite, I actually ran into his dad, and this was right after Sandy happened. And Sandy had ruined almost everything in their house except for Scott's hats and Scott's jerseys, which I think is really funny to me. But when I saw his dad, he asked me if I had wanted one of his hats, and of course I said yes. So I've had that with me for years now, probably 10 plus years, and it's like my little guardian angel. Safe and sound. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight of what it's like to drive with cerebral palsy. I believe that it's a lot of fun. I'm so grateful that I have the ability to do so. It gives me a lot of freedom and independence, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.